Welcome to Naturally Timeless Photography. My name is Rich, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use Affinity Photo 2 to change the color of your subject or model's eyes. Now, as you can see within this photo, the model's eyes really don't need adjusting, but there may be times that you want to change the eye color of your model or just highlight the existing color a little more. Or you might want to do a drastic change depending if you're doing like a cosplay photo edit or something. You can change one color of one eye and change the other color to a different, or the other eye to a different color. I might show that in this video. We'll just have to see if I don't get distracted. But otherwise, let's just get started and I'll show you how to do this. So to start with, I just dragged and dropped this raw file into Affinity Photo. And as you could tell, it is set up to do a quick edit of the raw file. I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to leave it as is because I'm just wanting to work on the model's eye color. So I'm just going to click on Develop here at the top. That's a left click. If you dragged and dropped a JPEG, you won't have to do this. Okay. So now it is set up to do that. Now bear with me because I have never actually done this in Affinity Photo. I've done it in other programs, but this is kind of new to me, so we're just kind of learning together. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the selection brush tool. You could also use the shortcut key, which is W on your keyboard, but I'm just going to left click that. Now I'm going to go into the pupil of the eye here, and I'm just going to left click and let go, and then it does that. We're going to go up a little higher here. Alright. That is good, and then we're going to do the same thing to the eye here, and we're just going to kind of cover up that. That looks okay. So now what we want to do is come up to refine, so I'm going to left click that, and we're going to move this over. So what this does is it gives you the ability to clean up the edges around the pupil. So we're going to do the border width and just see that. Okay, go back down and just barely, we just want a little bit of that. Okay, and we're going to smooth out the edges a little. It looks all right. And then we're going to see about feathering a little. Okay. Now, if you do get a little too much selected on the eye, like right here, there's just a pinch. Use your mouse to just kind of go over this, left click, and then drag over that section, and then let go, and it should take away the issue. And I'm going to do the same thing right here, and that cleaned it up a little bit. We're going to try this and see. It's not so drastic, there's just not that much of an issue. Yeah, so it looks alright to me. If you do have any issues, just try to clean it up the best you can. There's probably a simpler way to do this, but this is what I've found works. I kind of tested out just for a moment before I started recording, and it seemed to work. So, looks good to me. Now, the next part I have not done at all, so give me a moment and I'll be back. Alright, so I checked out the software. I'm still learning with this one, so this is what I found that worked the best to change the model's eye color. It took me a few minutes, wasn't really that difficult, but it can be a little hard to find. So here's what I found. I came up to Layers, left click that, come down to New Adjustment Layer. Now we do have three possibilities here. I did not try the color balance. I did try selective color and the channel mixer, and out of the two I preferred the channel mixer. So I'm going to left click that, and this dialog box pops up. The first color that is shown is red. Now you can do some adjustments with this, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. Now our model's eye color is kind of like a purplish blue tint, so I'm going to go with the color that is closest to it out of the ones listed. So we do have the RGB, and then there's the alpha. Alpha just kind of adjusts the transparency more so. So that didn't really do much for me. But the model's eye color is closest to blue, so I'm going to left click that. And then I'm going to want her eyes to be green. So I'm going to get this, and if you think about moving this over, it gives to the left, it gives you a little more green. So the way I did that is I left clicked and held and then slid over. Now you might think if you move this over to green, it's going to change the eye color to a greener color. It does not. So if you turn it or drag it to the left, you're going to get a darker green. So that is a little too much for me, like way over here. So very little goes a long way with this. So just a pinch, that looks realistic. We're going to do the same thing with red. We're going to go over, see it doesn't turn red, it turns it more of a magenta or blue. So if we just go over this way a little more, it darkens it. So left makes it a little more the color that you want, and just a pinch is enough. So we can go over here to the alpha and see what it does. With this, it just makes it more intense, but if you're using the alpha on this section, it will go more transparent, and I'll show you that in a second. So with this, it doesn't really work too much. Like I said, very slight is better than going drastic, unless you're trying to make more of a cosplay type eye color for your edit. Okay, so we tried this. We're going to go down to alpha now, and I'll show you what I mean with this. If you drag over, it turns transparent. It's completely different. To the right, nothing really happens. Everything just kind of goes transparent. So I'm going to go back to, there we go. And same with this. It's just transparent. It doesn't do much. And then if you go up, it doesn't do anything. Everything just makes the color you're selecting go transparent. So not really something I'd want to do. Same with offset, just doesn't do anything. Now if you click reset while you're in this, it won't just reset the alpha section, it'll reset everything that you did. So you don't want to click on reset or delete. You can click merge, and I'm assuming it'll merge all your edits into one. That is fine, I think, when you're done. But otherwise, we're still editing. So I'm going to go up to green now, and we're going to play with this a little bit. Now with this, if you go that way, it does brighten up the color, but very little adjustments is all we need. Now if you did want to go into like more of a purple, you can do that. It's just whatever your preference is, whatever you're looking to edit, try it out on your own. But everything in here is kind of turning it into a magenta or purple. We're sticking with the green and more natural. And same, everything in this just seems to change it to that, and these, like always, it just does it really intense or whatever. So we're done with this color. We'll go now to the red, check that out, see what happens. And with this, if we go over to this side, it does make our subject's eyes more green. And these, I prefer what we already got, but I'm just kind of showing you what it does. Well, that wasn't too bad. That kind of gives it a nice look. So we'll just do a pinch over to that. Maybe not. We'll leave it that way. Now I'm done, so I'm going to attempt seeing what merge does. We're just going to left click that. and it closes it for us, and there we go. Now if we hit D, let's see, Control D, it deselects the highlighted area that we wanted. So now this photo, as far as I'm concerned, it is done with the eye color. I like the way it turned out, but with me there's kind of an issue. I don't typically work with multiple layers if I'm just doing a single style edit like this, just changing the model's eye color. I'm not really editing anything else. I don't have a before layer, so what I ended up doing is I dragged in the original photo and sized it to this, and this is what I got. So it's good to always have a layer. Always start out with a layer. Don't follow my example there. But anyways, here it goes, the before photo and the after photo. So you can toggle it back and forth. Other programs, they give you the option. They have like the program I used before to edit this same photo and change the model's eye color. It gives you a option where you could toggle back and forth from the original photo to the edited photo. You don't work so much in layers in Luminar. It does have layers now, but it's not the same as this. But anyways, this is what I got. So I like it. I like the green eyes. It looks natural to me. Yeah. Photo we started with and the photo now. So overall, I'm happy with it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and have a good day. Bye.